Hello again, 1/400 scale airplane collectors. And so here we have the world's first C919. So this is a Comac airplane, and China Eastern was the first to take delivery of these things. I believe this is China's first commercial airline jet made by Chinese people. Let's see, it first started flying passengers in 2023 and is competing against the Boeing 737 MAX and the Airbus A320neo family. That's what Wikipedia tells me. It's interesting this doesn't say the brand, but I'm pretty sure the brand is NG model. They do that a lot in this hobby. They just don't even claim like their work. But I'm pretty sure this is an NG model. That's what I bought it as. Typical packaging, you have this blister pack thing. Oh yeah, see, NG model has this like gift card slash thing. I think you can scratch this off and start getting some discounts on their website, but I've never used it. And this doesn't also say NG model, so that's weird. How do you know what website to even go to, right? Does it say a website here, or am I just blind? I don't know. Very strange. Okay, here's another business card slash waste of money. Okay, I guess maybe if you're new you wouldn't know that, so I suppose. But they could have also printed all this on the box. Again, we have a PIN number, but no website. So maybe there's 500,000 of these made? I don't know. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Maybe that's how many models this brand, which we don't know, has made. Alright, we're dwelling on things I guess it don't matter. So PET packaging, and then they even add some extra film to keep that packaging from scratching this model up. Very small antennae, so you gotta be careful pulling these things out. Put that down there, very small. So the real plane holds somewhere between 150 odd to almost 200 passengers, depending if it's the extended range version. 2 pilots, of course, and the thing is around 39 meters in length and 36 meters in wingspan, roughly, that is. And it'll cruise around 0.8 Mach. Alright, so look at these images here. These are images of this very registration. That's kind of hard to focus between two objects at different distances, of course. And then this side profile. Oh, let's see if I can do this without dropping it. The nose in particular, it molds pretty well. The tail wing there, the rudder, yeah, that looks pretty good. How the wingtips here curve upwards, the engine shaping, yeah, it looks like the photographs to me. Alright, this is going to be hard as well. Yeah, the printing looks pretty good. Alright, that's good enough. I don't want to drop this thing. In fact, I just had to put a little towel here in case I do drop it. Alright, so you gotta remember, this thing's 400 times smaller than reality, and it's just amazing what these hobby-grade airplanes are capable of doing. In particular, the printing and how you're able to print on a conical surface. So the windows are dark gray and the frames are aluminum colored. There are little wiper blades indicated there, painted in black. And then whatever warnings there are here on the front, I'm zoomed in 4 times now. You can literally see the ridges in my fingerprint, right? I can't say I can't read that red text, but look at my fingerprints, right? That's just crazy. So the Sky Team, though, you can read that, of course. Where's my dental pick? In fact, that's a good reference as well. So this is meant to go in between your teeth, and yet you can read the text of Sky Team there. Impressive. And the world's first C919. And that one's a little messed up. Anyways, a little rain gutter detail. Those side windows. It's interesting. I don't think there are any window frames visible. But actually, if I look at the real photographs, I don't really see a border around those windows. They're just flush with the fuselage. Interesting. I know that this brand is capable of printing window frames, so I guess this is just the way the real plane looks. Alright, and so this is all tampo printed. This is not a decal. It's not a sticker. You can see a little bit of orange peel in the clear coat or whatnot, but it's still pretty good. Better than a real car for sure. And then you got this tiny little antenna sticking up out of the fuselage. One there. And there's two in the back here. And look, that's a different size antenna. Look at this, my fingerprint, right? That thing is so small. The people that make these things must wear like magnifying glasses. The registration is not done. It's telling you what the plane is. The door detail there. Little lint. Sorry. Okay. So yeah, this rudder sticking in. The paint's pretty thick because it's a white airplane, but there was a panel gap much more deeper probably before the paint. But I think that's just an issue with all toys. White and yellow have a really hard time covering up things. Alright, so some sort of gunmetal back here, maybe an exhaust for an APU or something. There's a little recess there as well. Let me try to reposition my hands here without messing up those antennae. Yeah, sorry, lost focus, it's so small. Yeah, little details like that. The tiny toothpick there can get in there. Alright, going to the top of the wings, we have the exit, emergency exit pass printed there nicely with the yellow and black hazard stripes there. Oh, there's some residual oil here. That's kind of common on these things. I think it maybe helps the plastic slide around and not scratch the paint. But don't use paper. Paper's abrasive. So here's a little cotton swab to hopefully get rid of a lot of this. You're not seeing what I'm doing down here, but alright. So there's the registration, printed very crisply. Some sort of red dot. And then out here on the wingtips, the China Eastern logo looks nice. The leading edge has some silver paint here. I don't know. Not here though. Okay. And then the top of the engines here, we got some silver stripe, some sort of air deflecting fin, and then this, look how straight this silver is, this line, yet it's going around a conical circle. It's not even circular probably, it's probably flattened at the bottom, we'll get to that later. So again, the printing, the paintwork is just amazing on these, and that's why they cost a lot of money, these collectibles. Alright, so the gray is having a hard time covering things up, so the panel gaps look a little muted, but they are definitely there. Look how fine the Chinese text is printed here. Okay, the brand again. And then here we have a little, maybe a marker, maybe a red on this side, green on that side, yeah, okay. Alright, let's see, what's going on in the fuselage on this side of the plane? Alright, yeah. I don't know what this is. Leave a comment. An emergency escape hatch for the crew? Alright, so now we have the loading doors. Some dots. Look at the details printed on the engine. And yes, it is like a flat bottom kind of. That looks nice. Looks nice. More loading doors there. That's a pretty strange door if you think about it, right? How it's cutting across this big bulge. It seems like an odd design. Why wouldn't they just move the door back more? Maybe there's a frame member there. Alright, rear door there. So looking good. A little dust is getting in there. Alright, so flipping downwards here. We got the little antennae stuck in there, and now I can see my fingerprints getting all over this thing. You also might want to wash your hands before you touch your models, because I have a feeling the oil from your fingerprints might just permanently embed into the paint long term. So I'm going to go over this whole thing with a Q-tip later. Alright, some NACA ducts printed there. The landing gear doors printed on nicely. This big round hole is for a flight stand. Okay. And then the tires, oh boy, I think they're rubbery. Yeah, I feel like they're rubbery. They do roll. I don't know why people want that feature on something this small. What I don't like about the rubber tires is if it had some crack. So it's going to be really hard to find O-rings that look like that, right? Because a lot of them are actually not O-rings. So I wish they just had plastic tires. Alright, the Chinese text here looking good. And then more printing on the bottom of the engine. And again, the silver leading edge is nice. And then we have a gunmetal and more silver here for the back end. Even some silver on this little pylon there. Those tiny NACA ducts. The landing bay. Oh, little hatch up here in the front of the nose. And then what the heck would this hatch be for, I wonder? I've never seen that on a plane. Alright, well, still, a lot of details. Makes you wonder what goes on in these real things. Look at this. They even have a little printing on these doors here. Yeah, so, you know, the landing gear is kind of crude. It is 400 times smaller than it should be, so. But they still managed to get this diagonal. Oh, 2 diagonals there. That's pretty cool. Alright. No printing on these panels, but that's fine. I almost feel like this is raw. I don't know. Maybe it's gray. Alright, still amazing. Amazing detail. Back on these rear ailerons. Boy, it's so scary to hold this thing. Some silver dots. No idea why. The panel gaps look okay. A little hatch there. The China Eastern logo. Very crisply printed borders. Very good. Alright. So that was all at 4 times magnification. Let's get back to normal size. Alright, comparing to some other vehicles, here's a 737-200. Unfortunately, there's no branding on the bottom. I can't tell you who makes this. You just gotta look up at Delta Express Powerpuff Girls, I guess. It's pretty old though. It could be 10 years old. Here's an A320-200 with the Thai Smile livery. This one's made by Phoenix. Phoenix does seem to brand some of their airplanes, so that seems to be more in line with the length of this one. And you'll see it's very upswept tail ends. And then this is a 737-800, so more passengers. And this is also by Phoenix. Alright, so let's put this one over here and the little one up front. So being modular systems, it's just a matter of, you know, adding more tubing to get more passengers. But they're all narrow body jets, quite small compared to, say, a 747. I guess maybe I might have to look up getting an A320neo. They have the more modern engines, of course. We'll see. If I can find a nice livery, I will. And then, I'm sure a lot of people don't like my cartoon videos, but I probably would have never bought this airplane if I didn't get a free sample of this. So this is the cartoon version of the same exact registration, the first C919. And this is by NG Model also, but it was given to me by Top Gun Chen, the designer of this cartooned airplane, because I bought many of his finished models. And so now you can see, this thing is just massive. I wish this thing was actually smaller, like half the size or a third the size. But it's meant for kids, I guess, to play around with. So, whereas a kid would probably choke on these wings if they bit them off. Alright. So another fantastic model airplane. So these hobby grade ones, they cost a lot of money, but you're getting what you actually paid for. It's a flawless paint finish. It's so small, yet there's so much legibility to most of this printing. And there's no weird paint rash, there's no paint missing, there's no paint overruns. You know, I didn't even look into the front of the engines. Look at that detail, pretty neat. If you look directly in the back though, yeah, it's just those cones. But yeah, you can see the bottoms are a bit squished. I think they're LEAP engines this thing is using. Some sort of collaboration with GE and some other company. Alright, well, anywho, I appreciate you guys watching today, and hopefully I'll be able to pick up some more 1/400 scale airplanes in the future. I generally just try to collect one of each airframe, but I gotta say I don't think I have a 320 Neo, so maybe that'll be next. We'll see you next time around. Bye.